Monty. How you doing?
Good, you?
Doing good. You got a little cast on your hand, but you're still playing, though. That's whatever happened to you. I take it that's not going to keep you out of playing football.
No, I mean, I broke my thumb during the Louisville game. I don't know when, which should happen, but yeah, we're going to put a cast on it, just playing football.
I mean, this is what you do, though. Would other guys maybe say, oh, man, I got to sit out for a couple of weeks, but you will always want to play, right? I mean, that's who you are.
I mean, it's my last year, I want to play. I mean, no matter what it is, I just want to get out there, play with my brothers.
Yeah, so just to kind of talk about this, almost first half of the season, how would you rate your guys on the defensive line? Has it been a good start to the year? Where have you done well? Maybe what needs to be improved?
There's always room for improvement, especially for the D-line. Coach Martin, he's always coaching us hard. He wants us to be the best in the country. And, we all have that kind of environment and that atmosphere in the room. So each game, we come back and we take a look, and there's always room for improvement. We're never perfect. We're never going to be perfect, but we want to strive for it. So I mean, for the first part of the year, we've done decent. We're a decent group right now, but we're starting to get to where we want to. We just got to keep striving. That's all.
Does something change in the red zone where you guys lock in a little bit more? Or is it just how it works?
Like Coach Gus just said, we have a lot of veteran guys. So once we get towards the red zone, we all know our backs against the wall. There's nothing worse than having someone's back against the wall right now.
As a member of the defense, there are situations where the offense will struggle, but you guys hold, and then the offense kind of, like this past game, kind of lights up and then does what they can to close the game out. Is there like a sense of relief? Is it excitement? What is it you feel when you see that happen, when you hold it down and then the offense lights up?
It's always exciting. We want the offense to do the best they can. Obviously I don't want to say hate each other on the practice field, but we compete with each other on the practice field. We talk a lot of crap, but as soon as it comes game time, we're on the same team. We want each other. I want John to go score. I want him to throw a touchdown pass. I want him to do the best he can. I want him to be the best he can. You know what I'm saying?
What improvements do you think you guys need to make in the pass rush, generate some more sacks?
So I know with Coach Martin, we've talked about, just catching edges. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but we want to attack half a man, not a full man. So me personally, I end up zeroing out, so I end up attacking the full man instead of attacking half the man, and it's that's 300 pounds and I'm fighting instead of half that. You know what I mean? We just gotta know our path in the quarterback. So.
You just said, obviously, this is your final year. I know it's important for you guys to try to win a conference championship. Obviously, you got one under your belt already. I mean, just how locked in are you just week to week? And that's kind of what you guys talk about now. That is the goal, correct?
Yeah, that is the goal. We want a conference championship. Obviously, we want to go further. But we're just taking it game by game. We can't just focus on the future right now. We just got to take it game by game because, a win's a win, a loss is a loss. So we just got to make sure that we're focused, week by week.
You guys have already played on 4 different days of the week, and that's kind of been a little weird to get a consistent approach. After this week, though, it's all Saturdays the rest of the way. So just how eager are you to kind of get back to a routine and be in the same cycle every week?
I'm ready. I think we all are. I've lost track of days. I don't know what day it is. I don't know if I have class anymore. We're playing on so many different days. Then the hurricane came, where classes are being canceled. So it's definitely weird. And our bodies are getting used to it, trying to adapt. But once we get to the same schedule, I think we'll be fine.
What do you think it says about your group too, that you guys have that inconsistency with the schedule, that you guys are still able to lock in? What does that say about
it? Just shows that we can adapt. We can overcome and adapt. I know Coach T-Will, he always says E plus R equals O. The event, your response equals your outcome. So he always drills that into us, even when we have a Thursday game. That's the event that's happening. What is our response going to be?
Aside from the experience factor, what other hallmarks would you say can make you guys consistently so dominant inside the red zone against opposing offenses, no matter what scheme or what kind of identity they have?
We play hard. We have a lot of guys that just run to the ball. They, obviously we said we have experience there, and other than being the vet group, we just play hard. We have Josh Salazar who's hawking down from a running back from the other side. You don't see that often. That's different.
Leading into Temple, SMU was called possibly the biggest challenge you might see this year, and then going into Temple next week. Not to take away from them, but is there anything that the coaches have been saying to help keep the focus with the change in opponent there?
So that's a good question. So obviously everybody's talking about SMU. It's a good win, but that's in the past. Now it's on the Temple. You don't want to go, too, I want to say too high that you just won. Temple is a good team. You don't want to take that away from them. they're gonna give you the best. Like, we have a target on our back now. So they're gonna wanna beat us, and obviously we wanna beat them, but we just can't go in there thinking like, okay, we won already, you know what I mean?
What do you see from Temple on film?
So obviously SMU and Temple were two different, offenses. The pace, that pace was different from SMU. So far I haven't seen Temple really pace too much, but their offense, like, they have guys. You know what I mean? They have guys, they can make plays. They're a downhill run team, which as a defensive tackle, like, we love that. We want to make plays. But that means obviously there's going to be double teams. There's going to be, power, duo, stuff like that we have to handle. So we have to make sure our technique is great.
You and Ricky are obviously the experienced guys inside. What have you seen from the younger guys? Because they've had to step up and play a lot of reps here the last couple of weeks. How are they doing?
They're adjusting. You know what I mean? They're trying to get the feel for it. As Coach says, like, they're no longer young guys. They played the games. They know how it feels. They have experience now. You have Lee and Matthew and Shoot. They're all coming in and making a difference.
So your last space game, your thoughts on this year's jerseys and just the tradition overall it's become?
So I've seen the helmet, and they've showed us a little bit of the jersey. They haven't really fully shown us yet. So I guess we'll see when we get to the locker room.
I mean, how hyped do the guys get traditionally? You've been through almost all the space games, really? You have, yeah. So every year and seeing how cool they are, the helmets. I mean, how excited do the guys get?
It's definitely different when you walk into the locker room and see a different jersey there. And then, everybody wants to take out their phone. They want to videotape it. They want to take pictures with it on. Like, it's just a different type of atmosphere as soon as you come in and see something new.
Off the top of your head, I don't know if you can remember all of them year by year. Did you have a favorite, like a favorite that you remember?
Oh man, what was it, 2020 when we had the moon one on the helmet? That was like my favorite helmet. As far as jersey, I think it might have been 2021 too.
Okay. Good stuff. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Monty.
Thank you.